my recent experience is not my first. So it's the person who talked about 4 heartbreaks. I think you go through some form of heartbreak. It's all not going to feel like the same, and it's all not going to be as painful. But heartbreak can be traumatic, and I would refer to my last one as the traumatic one, not the earlier ones necessarily. And with my one, I mean, it's someone that I was hoping and expecting that I would spend the rest of my life with, of course. I'm in my 40s. When you're dating at that age, you're not dating for just fun. You're dating for seriousness and stability. But unfortunately, what happened was the person actually texted. And even though I've read the text only once, it is imprinted on my mind. I can actually recite it verbatim.
Forgive me, Bwachua. You're saying that he broke up with you by text?
By text. And there's been no conversation about the relationship since then. It's 9 months now. So yes, it was a text.
How long were you together?
About 2.5 years. But we'd known each other a long time before the dating. So in total, knowing this person, I don't know, could be like 20 years. And so yes, it was a text. And the thing I do want to say is that I can own my part. I didn't cheat. It was nothing like that. But I am a complex person. And we will get a little bit into some of my maybe mental complexities. But I'm a complex person. I need validation and reassurance. I have issues with trust. So that was the person's argument that, there's too much clinginess, neediness. It was too much emotional pressure. Not all people can handle a certain emotional load. So there was one conversation where I was asking questions about another person. What else did we ask questions about? I was asking questions about another person, and then he hung up on me, and then he sent the text.
Goodness.
And said, I'm done. And I completely spiraled, to be very honest. I didn't take that well at all, because it's that instant disconnect. Like, a future you thought, a person you loved, instantly is just cut off. So I spiraled, and this was on a Thursday. Trust me, I can remember the date and the time. 22nd August 2024, around 7 p.m. I can remember exactly where I was when the text came in. And then 4 days later, I was in the hospital.
It got that bad?
It got that bad. So
how did it manifest?
Yes, heartbreak can have physical manifestations, as you said. People don't really realize this, and people tend to trivialize what heartbreak can do to you, but it has both it's a psychological injury, but also has physical impacts. So one of the physical impacts is when you're going through heartbreak, you release stress hormones, right, like cortisol. And when you're in an acute or extended stressful period, it can affect your immune system, and your inflammation markers can go up. So it can, physically, you're not feeling well. It's not just called heartache for no reason. So, I was going through chest pains. I was physically, I could barely walk. And I thought it was gym, because I go to the gym. So I thought the body pains were all gym. But by Tuesday, I could barely do anything. And so I ended up in the ER for about 4 days, on admission for 2 days, and at home for another 5 days. I was out of commission for 2 weeks.
What did they diagnose you with?
So there was no infection, but my inflammation markers were high. And then I did tell them about my experience. So then at the hospital, they had a psychologist that also come in, treat me. Because from a medical perspective, my heart rate was high. Inflammation markers, ESR is an inflammation marker, and for a woman it should be not more than 20. Mine was 200. So it's almost like my system was literally sort of shutting down. I was in a lot of pain, a lot of distress, and they had to keep me there for about 4 days in the ER, just to bring those things down and treat me, and then they transferred me to the ward.
So while all this was happening to your body, what was happening in your mind? What were your thoughts?
I couldn't believe, is this it? Is this really, really it? How? I was and I didn't do what most people advise, and I'm fine that I didn't do it. I didn't go into no contact. So what a lot of people say is when you go through something like that, just cut the person off. Don't be in touch. I did the opposite, and that's my natural state. I'm no, I need to try and talk to this person. So I was sending voice notes. I was sending text messages. I was crying, I was pleading. So mentally, I was just like this can't be it. I keep repeating that because it's someone that you've spent time with, someone that you deeply, deeply love and have affection for, and what, it's done, it's over. And in that manner, like, I was craving conversation. I was craving a way for, let there be a discussion, let there be a way to fix it, especially since I'm owning my part. You know, hey, I'm stressful, I know that, but let's see if we can work this out. So psychologically, I was just not doing well.